Crystal and I worked together at an online math company where I taught first when I got out of college with my teaching degree. I taught there, got to know Crystal a little bit, and she found out about our business that was really on the beginning stages at that point. And she said, hey, you know, I got a lot of stuff. My dad just passed away last year, and we're trying to organize his estate, and we'd love to see some of his things go to a good home. And so she said, if you're interested, you know, you'd be welcome to come out and take a look.
My dad bought the property in 1964 and lived here until he passed away last February. My dad was a lot of a collector. He was a collector of things. If he liked something, you know, if one was good, two was better. Liked to think that nothing was junk. Everything had a second life. So he kept everything so that he could repurpose it later. He was a welder by trade. Now, he did auto body when he was younger because he was doing that in the service, I guess. He worked on the vehicles. And so he did body work when he was young, and then got into the sheet metal end of it and worked all the way up until retirement. I mean, he always had a job. When they built the steel building, U.S. Steel, I guess, the tall building in Pittsburgh, he took us downtown and he said, look at the top of that building. I was standing on a ledge that was less than 2 feet wide, putting in the air conditioning and heating units up there. And he said it was so windy, like the wind up there, even if it's not windy down here, is like 40, 50 miles an hour. And he said 8 hours of that, like he'd stand up there. Yeah, he's a pretty cool guy.
If you go out to a store and buy a table, it's like, this table was made in the factory, where it's made in wherever, and that's fine, and maybe the piece is great and it fits your needs, but if you have a piece that had a life before, and it just kind of like bleeds that history almost, like it's there, you can remember that, and you have a story to tell, and it's a conversation starter, that means a lot.
This is where I grew up. As things have changed, of course, my dad, you know, closed in porches and expanded the kitchen, and so things changed along the way, but this will always be home to me. This is where I've always come back to.